right, Heartbeats. How are you? Welcome to Heartbeat Station, where you tune in, turn up, tap in. I am so happy to see you all. This is where you meet holistic practitioners and discover how they assist their clients on their healing journey. And maybe this is the day you find someone who can really, really support you or someone you know. So let's just get right into it. My name is Sharon, the Heart Lady. And of course, I have another very special guest. So for those of you who have been following me, you know I say every guest is very special. Well, every guest is very, very special. And Tenille Stewart is no different than being extra special. She is a chronic illness coach. And so you want to know, what does that mean? What does she really do? Well, let's find out. Hey, Tenille, how are you?
Hi,
Hi.
I'm awesome. How are you?
I am doing very, very well. Thank you for asking. So listen, so tell us what is a chronic illness and how did you come to want to coach someone with chronic illnesses?
So, a chronic illness is basically a malfunction in the immune system. They're called autoimmune diseases. There's a bunch of them,
Yes.
and well, autoimmune diseases are not the only chronic illness. Things like high blood pressure or diabetes, those are also called chronic illnesses. But I have a autoimmune disease, which is lupus. So I got diagnosed when I was 19 and I had no idea what it was, never heard of it. And I was just getting really, really sick. And they tested me for everything under the sun and
Mhm.
finally told me, you have lupus. And at the rate that your is active, you will probably not be able to live to see 30. So live wisely.
That's right.
And I said, what? Are you what?
That's not me.
I was like, am I being punked? What is going on right now? The doctor said it's a lot of certainty and a lot of matter of factness. No like comforting me and my mother, just like this is what's happening and live fast because you will die young. And so I never really wanted, or I didn't think I wanted to do anything that had to do with chronic illness. Um, and then I remembered that 19-year-old girl who didn't know what to do, what steps to take, and thought her whole life was probably over.
Yeah.
I want to be there for the people who are in a situation like that, who had a plan or want to make a plan, but have no idea where to start because they've been told their life is going to be cut short.
Yeah.
And just give hope to the people who, you know, are hopeless about chronic illness
Yes,
in general.
exactly. You know, I've had experience with the cousin of mine who had lupus, but this is at least 40 years ago. So 40 years ago, it was really even, they didn't know what to do, and it was a death sentence for
Mhm.
most, and she passed at age 32.
Oh, my condolences. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
expectation.
So yeah, so 40 years from now, thank goodness there are a lot of changes and a lot more research, and we continue to be on researching for that cutting edge, learning what to do. And my thing is always holistic practices for prevention and
Yes.
to support the healing process much faster. And not that you are replacing, but you're using as a complement when you when you have certain chronic illnesses. But can you, so lupus is one, hypertension, diabetes. Are there any other chronic illnesses, maybe that you don't coach on, but so our viewers would have a little more understanding?
So I will coach on any chronic illness. It's not necessarily the illness, it's the mindset while dealing with illness that I am approaching. And I have a degree in nutrition. I'm technically a dietetic technician.
Hmm.
Um, I went to school for that. I worked in the field for a little while. I'm in medical journals for the severity of the flare ups that I've had. And I need people to understand that I approach things holistically as well, but I understand that medication can be necessary medical intervention, Western medicine intervention can be necessary. And no matter what, whatever you are eating and drinking and how you are treating your body during those times will either help or hinder the treatment. So
Facts.
even if you are taking all kinds of medication, what you are eating and drinking and the thoughts you are thinking in the meantime are going to help or hinder the process. Your
Absolutely.
Yes, your body accepts medication better when you are feeding it properly, drinking the right amount of water, sleeping when you're supposed to be sleeping, that kind of stuff. And comfort food makes you feel better in that moment. But then after that, when your body is fighting so hard to help you, and you're giving it grease and you're giving it dairy
Sugar.
and you're giving it all kinds of heavy food that it can't process,
Yeah.
you're not helping. You're not giving yourself that actual comfort you need. You need real fruits and vegetables. You need real sleep. You need real water. You need, real like supplements that are going
Yeah.
to get you to where you think you're going when you're grabbing a Big Mac.
Yeah, I agree. There's 2 points that I wanted to make with what you said, and one is just to explain a little bit more for viewers what constitutes chronic is a long-term illness, right? And then
Yes, 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 yes,
a lot
yes.
of times you are on medication so they say for the rest of your life. But
Mhm.
we just wanted to make sure people knew the difference between chronic and acute. Acute is a sudden onset that
Mhm.
could lead to chronic.
Mhm.
So I just wanted people to know what chronic was, in case they didn't know. But the
Thank you.
wonderful thing that you said was mindset. And I know mindset, the word has been a cliche, but it is the attitude that we have towards the acceptance of the invader in our body.
Yeah,
And
100%.
yeah, so if I have a cousin who she really, really helped shift the way I respond to people who have a chronic illness or something such as cancer, and
Mhm.
they take that as a death sentence. When she called me, she said, "Oh, I have colon cancer," and I was like, "Oh." And she said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm gonna have surgery. I'm gonna be good." Just like
Yeah.
that. I was like,
Yes, yes, yes,
and
yes.
I was like so proud and so shocked. And then I was taken aback, and I was like, this is the attitude. And then when I started to reflect on people who I knew who had a cancer or chronic illness, it is definitely the attitude on how you take the
Mhm.
message. Those are the traits of the survivors, and they
Right,
do well.
100%.
And so
Yes.
I love what you said when it is the words not is the words that you feed yourself, and it is the food that we feed ourselves
Mhm.
makes 100% difference throughout the healing journey.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
I've been vegan for 9 years, 9 years and a few months. April was 9 years. Um, I have done like green juice fast and all that kind of thing, but eating completely properly without the mindset to back it up,
Yeah.
it's not doing all the work. It's not doing all the
Right.
work. And like even when I was in the hospital, months at a time, I've been in the hospital. I've learned to walk again twice. I've been bald several times. I've gone through it. Like I'm in the medical journals because they were like, "Whoa, what is going on here?"
Mm,
And all that time, I was cracking jokes in the ICU. I was, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
there's no reason to. Something bad is already happening.
Yeah.
It's never the thing, okay? It's your attitude towards the thing that
Yes.
is doing all of the harm
Yeah.
because our bodies naturally create and destroy cancer all day long. As long as you're a human being, as long as you're a mammal, as long like my cat passed from cancer. Like your body is the cells reproduce and reproduce, and there's gonna be malfunctions where they reproduce incorrectly, they overproduce, et cetera, et cetera. Your body just needs the fuel to destroy them when they are, first in, introduced to the body. So it's not like you can live completely perfectly and do whatever, and cancers will still happen in the body. It's just a natural function of our bodies. But do you have the things in the body that are going to cancel that out? Or are you fueled on cigarettes and McDonald's and
Yeah.
reality TV? I don't know. Whatever
Yeah,
negative.
other fast foods that don't serve your body, give it the proper nutrition because when we're eating, it's not just to feed the hunger, but it is to bring nutrition to the cells,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
and it's the cells that are going to dictate how the if it cancels out the disease in the body or if it accelerates and spreads, and metastasizes through the body. Tell me or
Exactly.
tell us what are the most dangerous foods when we have an autoimmune system what are the foods that we need to avoid? And then what are some foods that really support healing since you are a nutritionist at heart? I know there are some no-nos and there are some yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So, um, I when I say this, I'm saying this as not just a medical professional, as somebody who, has done a lot of research on her own, because what I was taught in school is not necessarily what I follow.
Yeah,
And keep in mind that everyone's body is completely different. Like
true.
your ancestors come from wherever they come from, and they have the genetic makeup that makes you. So,
Yes.
keeping that in mind, and that you have a new body, head to toe, every 7 years, cell by cell, you are reconstructing what you are made of by what you are eating and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I personally avoid dairy, cow dairy, especially. You're drinking a hormonal fluid from another mammal. So, a cow's breast milk is meant to increase a baby cow, which is probably like 50, 60 pounds, to 1,000 pound animal in a short period of time. It is all of the hormones that are made for a body that is 1,000 pounds. Why are you, as a human being who should be a couple 100 pounds
All right.
at max, drinking that on a regular basis and
All
putting it in
right.
your food and using it? Like, it doesn't make logical sense. It's a hormonal fluid. It's going to accelerate all the things that we don't need. So, if your body was meant to grow at a certain rate, you introduce this hormonal fluid from a huge mammal, it's going to make it grow faster, which includes the bad cells. So, like, maybe you'll get up, I don't know, bigger breasts or something, but you're also getting bigger uh, feeding of the cells that don't need to be fed, the cancers that appear in your body all throughout. So, I would nix out dairy if you do nothing else, especially if you were already sick with something. Dairy, don't do it. Now, meat is controversial.
Mhm.
I don't do meat, obviously, because I'm vegan. However, um, meat is something that's really hard for your body to digest. Everything else is like carbohydrate starts digestion in the mouth. Once once your saliva hits carbohydrates, it starts breaking down immediately.
Mhm.
Meat, you have to start the breakdown by chewing, masticating, chewing, and then you swallow it, and then it hits the stomach and it sits there until it is digested by the acid in your stomach. So it takes a lot more effort for your body to digest it. It takes a lot more energy in general from the whole system. Okay.
Yeah.
And the way that meat is processed now, animals are mammals, the mammals that we're eating, have all the same emotions we have, right? So they are aware, they're smart, they're
Yeah.
aware of all the stuff that's going on around them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure people have seen like all the slaughterhouse videos and that kind of stuff. They know what's about to happen. So right before they're killed, they're terrified.
Yeah. Right. That's
And
right.
all yeah, so in your body, you're consuming extra fear hormones, extra like medications that they give the animals because they're packed so closely together. They have all kinds of, even if you're not taking medication, you're eating medication that is in the bloodstream of this animal, and
Yeah.
you cook it down, which concentrates it, and then you consume it at an abnormal amount. Like, our ancestors weren't eating meat 3 times a day, and snacking on meat in between.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
weird, and it's not
Yeah.
biologically sound for our bodies, regardless if you're sick or not. But if you
Right.
are sick, ease up on all that. Even like
Yeah.
the fish that they're like farmed fish most of the time, ease up on that. Like, you will feel better throughout the days. Your body's spending the most amount of energy digesting food.
Interesting. Yeah. So I'd
Be
like to
easy on
comment.
your digestion.
Yeah, I'd love to comment on that just a second before you continue, Tenille. With the digestion, from some of my research that I know that it takes around 72 hours for meat to digest in the body. And so just to, emphasize how important or how people can think about that is, so you have sausage and eggs in the morning, 72 hours to digest the sausage. And then for
Mhm.
lunch, you have a burger and fries, 72 hours to digest the burger. And then for dinner, you have some chicken or you have some steak, 70. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
continues to process. And also to
Right.
bring home when you were talking about, because that was one of the main reasons when I started many, many years ago being meatless, um, was that I think this is when I had my first child. Well, just before I had my first child, and my first child was, 47, I think, years old.
A grown up. A grown up.
So
Yeah.
anyway, but I recognize the fact that when they were teaching you about breastfeeding, how they said to make sure that you're calm. Make sure that you're not anxious. Make sure that you're not angry and don't be upset when you're breastfeeding. And I was like,
Mhm.
why? And they said, because you transfer your feelings into your breast milk into your child. All
Exactly.
right. And that was
And
like
it's such,
ding, 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 ding. So
yes,
that was the
it's a
confirmation
word.
for me being meatless. I was like, okay, I'm not transferring this to my child. So I just wanted people to have a different type of picture or outlook of exactly what you said, that animals go through whatever they go through, and then it does transfer into us, and we boil it down, and we, yeah. So that's one good reason. If you ever thought about it, and just even if you don't care about that, how about just thinking about giving your body some digestive rest time? And
Yes.
maybe even consider, how do you feel if you didn't eat meat for a day? So having a meatless day, or being lighter and not eating three meats 3 times a day, just kind of tune in and see how your body is and the reactions. I think you
Hmm.
will be very surprised.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. I really take that advice and I would write it down. Like if you are going your first full day meatless, write down what you're feeling. Because a lot of people just eat out of habit and you're not even actually hungry. You're not
Hmm.
even actually full when you're like you're full emotionally because people attach emotions to food.
Hmm.
And I completely understand that. Like I understand like feeling happy, like you're gonna have like some ice cream, or whatever. Find an alternative. There's vegan replacements for literally everything.
That's right.
So there's not really a reason for that. And especially if you are sick, if you are already sick, you have MS, you have cancer, you have lupus, you have any of these things that you're walking around with feeling terrible anyways, why are you contributing to the terrible feeling by adding food that's not going to
Okay.
work for you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So cruciferous vegetables, number one, cruciferous vegetables, powerhouse vegetables. Okay. I know that you think that the only things that have protein are animal proteins. There are so many other things.
Mhm.
Large amounts of cruciferous vegetables, greens in general have a great amount of protein in them. It's that we
Mhm.
don't eat enough of them at a time to see that protein because it's a smaller amount, like the ratio is different.
Right.
You can make smoothies. It's summer right now. Make you a powerhouse smoothie
Yeah.
with lots of kale and Napa cabbage is good in a smoothie. Um, Spinach is good in a smoothie. Like those things, powerhouses, really good for the cells. I did the first time I put myself into remission was a 30-day green juice fast. So it literally only had green juice that I juiced myself. My family helps because I was very sick. And for 30 days straight, just water and green juice. And my green juice was kale, celery, apples, lemon juice. And I was using a supplement called E3 Live, or like there's Blue Magic is another good supplement, like sea vegetable supplements for just the extra oomph. Also, omega-3 fatty acids. Okay.
Hmm. Yes.
The last fast I was doing, I was raw 6 weeks, was uh, half a cup a day of flax seeds or the equivalent of chia seeds or the equivalent of flaxseed oil in a salad, or chia seed oil.
Mhm.
So we get a lot of omega 6s in our everyday life, just like humans walking around. Like the regular oils that we get is omega 6.
Right.
Omega 3s is what we our body's missing.
Yes.
So to cleanse that
Particularly
out.
even more if you're vegan.
Yeah, well, yeah. If
That's
you're
not so. I
vegan,
thought that was even more if you were vegetarian or vegan, that the omegas and the a lot of the B complex vitamins we don't, because you find that more in the meat products. Is that true?
well, the meat products are supplemented with it. The way that our agriculture is set up now, we so everyone in America right now is probably deficient in B12. Like it's more likely than not. If you get your, I would get yourself tested for those things. So like if
Mhm.
you're going to get blood work anyways, could you ask them like, oh, would the insurance cover, or can I pay out of pocket for a full rundown of vitamin and mineral deficiencies, or if to see if I have any, because you can get a B12 shot if you need it. They
Yeah.
give animals now B12 shots because our soil is depleted, so we don't really. You're supposed to get it from soil,
Mhm.
but it's been over farmed, so we don't get it as readily as we would. But people think, oh, I got to eat beef to get B12. Nope, your beef is being supplemented with B12. So just supplement yourself. That's
Mhm.
another thing. I don't get secondhand protein. Like, yeah, you're getting protein from the cow. Do you know what the cow eats? Vegetables only. So why don't you just eat vegetables? Like, what are you talking about?
Right, right. I think
Uh,
the cows, they even stopped feeding their calves milk around 2 years old. So
yeah,
why are we
yeah.
still drinking milk?
Thank you. I stopped breastfeeding, but I stopped breastfeeding. Like, I don't understand why we continue. Um, yeah. So, but it's just like it's common sense when you think about it. It's just
Mhm.
like, you know, the media tells us one thing, in school we're taught one thing. So we just think that's law because that's what we were taught.
Right.
But when you really step back and take the full view of the picture, you're like, oh, that does not make any sense at all.
So you,
Um, so
so so Tadeo, before you go into that, because I don't want to lose that thought, you fasted, or you said when you were going into remission, or what helped you go into remission when you went on the green juice fast?
I went into remission. So what happened was I was really, really sick, and I knew if I went to the doctors, they were going to put me on more steroids. And I hate steroids. If there's one medication I hate, it's a steroid, okay? Because
Mhm.
I really have a bad effect. My face blows up.
Mhm.
I'm just really puffy, and I'm
Yeah.
just lethargic, really bad. And I was in college, so I was like, I don't have time. Like I can't do it. So I
Yeah.
went to my doctors. I watched. I had a friend who was raw vegan at the time, Paul, and
Mhm.
he uh told me about his Rasta friends who like said, "Oh, this is the way that he would cure lupus." And I was like, "Okay, interesting." And I watched a couple of documentaries. The one that really got me was Crazy Sexy Cancer.
Mm.
She is to this day cancer free, and she has books and all kinds of things. It was a documentary, Crazy Sexy Cancer, and she put herself into remission. Like she got the cancer to go away, and she tried a bunch of things, and what ended up working was like overloading her body with nutrition. So she did like wheatgrass every day and raw, blah, blah, all this, right? So I was like, okay, I'm willing to risk it for 30 days. If I do 30 days and I throw everything I can at lupus and nothing happens, then I'll go back on medication. I told my parents, I sat them down, this is my plan. Like I've been researching and I feel terrible. I want to graduate. I don't want to go to the hospital. This is what we're going to do. And they were like, okay, well, you got 30 days. And after 30 days, if nothing happens, then medication, girl. And I was like, okay, all right. I told my doctors, they said kind of the same thing. And I did my blood work before 30 days, only green juice, water. That's it. And light movement and not too much because I'm still in school and working. So light movement.
Mhm.
Um, and after I went and got my blood work done, and they were like, what? What were you doing again? Your blood work looks amazing. It looks better than we've ever seen it. Whatever you're doing, keep doing that. Like, um, you know, they were like, we don't see lupus in your blood work at all. So whatever you did, do that. And I was like, well, I don't think I can be raw green juicing forever,
Perfect.
but
But yeah,
I'm a.
you were
So what I
more
ended up doing after that was
right.
re-upping every couple years. I would do another 30 days, re-upping, I do
Yeah.
another 30 days. And it worked for a while, but then stress is what usually gets me sick. So
Mm.
that's another thing that like it's not
Yeah.
just the food, it's not
Yes.
just the stress. You have the meeting them in the middle is what's going to keep you out of the hospital. It's going to keep you, in a positive mindset where you can handle hard things. Life is not easy. It's just not easy. So coping mechanisms are things that I really teach a lot in my courses because life is going to life no matter what you do.
That's right.
And you can't just be in a bubble. You can't just be drinking green juice every day and
That's right.
you want to experience stuff with your family, go on vacation, experience culture, do things.
Right.
So you need other coping mechanisms besides just the food to get through things,
And
hard
so
things. So
I'm thinking that just changing that 30-day on green juice really gave you a whole different thought around eating food and what we put in our systems, right?
right.
And so and I love the fact that now you're coaching that mindset and self-talk and environment, I'm assuming. Um,
Yeah.
and I heard you say masterclass. Tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about the masterclass.
Okay, so my master class is I have them every other month and I basically give a few lessons for free. It's a from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This one is going to be next month. Hold on, let me grab you the date. And I'll send the link so that people can register. But register so you can just get a taste of the teachings for completely free. And I just want to make sure people have some tools. Like some people, you just need a little something to get you through. And I hope that if you're watching my social media and that if you come in my free master classes, you can get enough that you can, get through for right now. And whenever you can, go further. So
That's
it's going
good.
to be the 19th of August. I haven't even dropped all the links and stuff to my audience, but I will send it over to you probably today. So you can
Perfect,
have,
perfect.
yeah, if
So
anybody
we
wants
will
to,
get the
yeah.
first, be first to
Yeah.
register. Go ahead and get on. And also, do you have any other events?
Oh yeah. So this month on the
Mhm.
25th, I believe, I will be a speaker at a chronic illness, sexual wellness and relationship
Wow.
talk. The event is going to be, hold on, let me make sure I got the name of this gym correctly. Um, I had someone on the podcast, Rosalind,
Mhm.
and she is amazing. She is a coach. The event is called It's More Than Just Sex, Wellness, Nutrition, and Movement.
Oh, I love
Pleasure,
it.
intimacy, and vitality aren't luxuries, they're your birthright. So it's July 25th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Fit Squad Studios. That's 1240 Metropolitan Parkway, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. But if you look up Fit Squad Studios, you'll find
Could you
it.
spell that? Fits?
Um, Fit Squad,
Oh, fits. Okay.
FITSQ,
Fit squad. Got it.
Fit Squad. Yeah, it's a gym.
Okay.
I've been to one of their events. They're amazing, just like lovely people. But otherwise, I podcast every Monday. It's a live podcast.
Oh, make sure you send me
Mondays,
that link. Mondays.
yes, yes,
Go ahead.
at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on YouTube, it's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's on my Facebook. So all of those, and then right now on the listening podcast apps, it's only on not the Apple one, the other one.
We do so many things,
Spotify.
don't we?
Yeah,
Spotify. Okay, got
it's
it.
on Spotify right now. But by the end of the summer, I should have all of the backlogged episodes up on there.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I'm at 100 and this Monday will be 120 episodes of my podcast. So yeah, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm catching up to you. So, what other one advice as we wrap up? And I always have my signature question. So I'm going to get ready to ask you that. But please give us some extra tips. Maybe those who have just started, maybe the vegan journey, or those that have just been diagnosed with a chronic illness. Where do they start? How do they start? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. If you have just been diagnosed with any chronic illness, just know this is not the end. This is not the end. This is the beginning of a whole new adventure. You get a
Mm,
chance, excuse me, you get a chance to recreate the person that you thought you were going to be and be
mhm,
better than that. Just
I
because
love that.
somebody gave you a death sentence does not mean that you have to accept it. What you speak is
Yeah.
death and life are in the tongue. So
Mm,
you speak a new sentence, a sentence of hope, a sentence of affirmation, a sentence of health, prosperity. Speak a new sentence over your life and believe it and live it until it becomes your reality. Okay.
ah, I love
Like
it.
I'm here. You have all kinds of practitioners like Miss Sharon, the heart lady. Okay. Like we are here to help you. Do not give up. Do not give up.
That was beautifully said. Thank you for that. Listeners, take that to heart. Rewind and listen to what she just said and speak to yourself the power that you already have. Trust me, you will be renewed. I love how you said that it is not the end, it is the beginning to assess and have
Mhm.
a whole new life. Actually, it is a metaphysical remark for to be reborn.
Yeah.
Ah, so that's what I'm taking from it. Um, and what else do you do to take care of your heart? So, I know what you do physically. Well, no, tell me what you do physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Okay, so spiritually, I am a God girl. Like I don't push my religion on anyone, right? I'm a God girl though. Like I know, like I know that God
Yeah.
is real and I would not be here without my relationship with the Lord.
Mhm.
So spiritually is that. Um, I physically, I make sure I'm in. I don't have a gym yet out here, but I make sure that I'm working out. I'm incorporate movement into my life all the time, every day. Lifting is important. Lift heavy things, guys, especially as you age. I will be 40 in November. As you age, your muscles start to deplete and your bones start to deplete if you do not put them into movement and motion and lift heavy. Okay. Especially if you're on any medications like super common prednisone, any steroids like that.
Yeah.
Steroids eat your bones, teeth, your bones in your body. Make sure you're getting all of that checked regularly because it'll sneak up on you and you get breaks very easily. Sorry, tangent. So
That's
I do.
okay.
I make sure I make sure I move a lot. I move a lot.
Yes.
Even when I'm doing my work, I walk like on the walking pad while I'm doing the work.
Yes.
Um, what else?
And
Spiritually,
emotionally,
physically,
emotionally.
emotionally. I meditate. I do a lot of deep breathing. I do box breathing. I
Mhm.
have a whole playlist on my YouTube of like, breathing exercises that I do and like
Yeah.
all of that because all you need is a minute to regulate uh your emotions and bring it back. I talk to my friends. I have really great friends. I have people who love me who are amazing to like talk to and listen. I journal a lot. I
Mm.
journal so much because sometimes you want to say something, but you should probably write it down first to see if it makes sense.
See, I read it out
Yeah, because
loud. I was
sometimes
like,
you want to
ah,
tell somebody off and be like, you let me write this down. And then
yes,
sometimes you don't need to say it. You just like, I
absolutely.
need
I
to get
love
that
it.
out.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, thank you
Um,
so much, Tenille, for sharing.
yeah,
You
you're
have
welcome. Thank you
really
so much for having me. This has been really great.
definitely. I look forward to seeing you at one of those events. And so I'm asking everyone to check out the description. I will have those links for you. I'm going to make sure I get it today so that you have enough time to prepare and take care of your body. Okay, take care of your heart. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.